Next Thursday is Denver Fan Expo. This is gonna be my second year going and my wife's second year going. We have a lot of homies who are pulling through as well. Very excited. So I wanted to kind of talk through some of my prep for Denver Fan Expo. First off, I don't believe I'm gonna be dressing up. I'm out of breath. I'm not gonna be dressing up for Fan Expo. If anything, I might just want to pay a little bit of homage to Static. Static's original costume is my favorite superhero costume. I'm not talking about Static Shock's cartoon costume, which that's OG as well. It'd be cool if I was able to have like an athletic tee and putting some paint on it, because it's just pretty simple, right? If I had a really tight-fitting blue or black shirt with, the lightning stripes, I think that'd be pretty awesome. Let's actually first, let's go through what I'm looking for at this Fan Expo. I actually have a list of things that I am thinking about getting. And so I'm gonna talk about that, and then I'm just gonna talk about maybe looking through my boxes here to see if there's anything I can bring for trade or for selling to someone else. First off, on the signature side, Dennis Cowan is going to be there. What an absolute legend! Let me actually pull these out too. Let's see. All right, that took me a minute to find, but if I link up with the legendary Dennis Cowan, I'm hoping to get one of these signed. Hardware issue number 1. Out of the Milestone universe, if I'm ranking currently like a top 5, Hardware is probably number 1. Static is 2. I might have Cobalt 3, Icon 4, maybe Blood Syndicate, but I have some trouble Blood Syndicate 5. But Dennis Cowan and his designs here, I think Hardware would have made for a perfect action figure. So I'm going to bring both of these and ask him, hey man, which one would you rather sign, and then see what he comes up with. And then Charles Soule will also be there. And so I have Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, all 3 of these. I wouldn't get all 3 signed. I probably would just get the first one signed, even though I do think this one would look the sickest signed. It all kind of depends, again, on pricing and everything. Maybe I do bring all 3 just in case it's pretty chill and they're like, yeah, I'll sign all of them. For the main signings, those are the 2 people that I'm looking to potentially get, Dennis Cowan being number 1. If we're talking video games, I mainly currently collect for PS2 and Nintendo 64 because that's the one that my wife and I play the most, other than PS5. Like if we're talking older systems, PS2, NBA Street Volume 2. That has been my chase for a long, long time. My brother and I played that growing up, and I'm just chasing that again. Best soundtrack. I absolutely love that game. Nintendo 64, DK64, Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Some of these games are ones that I had growing up. They've gotten lost or sold over the years, and it is the test true. It is basically the, what saying am I looking for? This just happens over and over again. When you're a kid, you don't realize what you have, you sell it, and then you just try to reclaim that in adulthood. Then for the PS Vita, there's a game called Bastion. I have it digitally. If you haven't heard of Bastion and you haven't played it, it's not only on PS Vita, it's also on PS3 and Xbox 360, like all those generations of those time. It's kind of like an isometric game, and there's narration happening in the background, and you are this young man who gets to walk around as a Bastion, and he's lost among time, but you can always have 2 weapons. It's awesome. I'll have to talk about it in more detail, but Bastion is the game that I'm looking for as well. I love me trade paperbacks. Trade paperbacks and compendiums are absolutely my favorite type of reading experience. Omnibuses look great on a shelf, but it hurts my neck, and also just holding it can be a little bit weird sometimes. So I'm always on the outlook for different trade paperbacks. On my list, I got ones like Batman Dark Patterns, The One Hand, Six Fingers, Boy Wonder by Junie Ba. That's one of the best Robin stories. It's a black label. Absolutely love that one. And on the compendium side, if I could get a good price for, well, I guess compendies or omnibuses. Mortal Hulk, I love that run. That'd be awesome to get at a good price. The Question omnibus, that would be great. Dennis Cowan also worked on that one. So if I could find that for like 60, that would be awesome. Kill or Be Killed compendium. On the single issues, my whole philosophy on single issues again is depending on the grade and what I'm looking for, there's a little bit of haggle room there. So some of the ones I'm looking for, Static issue number 1. I was just talking about Static. I love them. $60 to $100 depending on the grade. Sentry issue 1. First appearance of Sentry. I have everything else in that original Paul Jenkins run, but that first one, so I really want to cop that. Icon issue number 1. Again, I love me some Milestone. Black Lightning number 1. That could be 30 bucks to 100 bucks depending on the grade. Again, I'm not here to get these books to resell. I love them. It's the ones that I'm passionate about. It'd be ones to be really cool to put on the walls around our house. Spectacular Spider-Man 27. This one is really cool because this is actually the first time that Frank Miller drew Daredevil, so I'm very fascinated with that one. Web of Spider-Man 118, that's the first Scarlet Spider. That's my personal favorite Spider-Man design. Jungle Action 21 and 22. If you've been on this channel before, you might have heard me talk about my infatuation with KKK covers, and this is the continuance of some of those covers. I have 19, I believe, on that for Jungle Action, and then I also have Detective Comics Annual 2, which is a very famous Frank Ballard cover there. Iron Man 128, Demon in a Bottle. Again, depending on the grade, that could be low 30, high 100 for that. Amazing Spider-Man 252, it's another first black suit. Now we're starting to get up in price on some of them. One of them I saw in person the other day and I was like, this looks absolutely beautiful, is Captain America Annual 8. Him and Wolverine are on the cover, and when it's a really good copy, nice and purpley, I want that. X Factor 1, G.I. Joe 1, Wolverine 8, the classic Joe Fix-It cover, or Tales of Teen Titans 44, the first Nightwing appearance, and that can go from 50 to 70 bucks. I'm super excited to kind of see what's going on and just search around. I'm also gonna look through here and then see what books I will bring to the con. I feel like bringing certain books to the con in my head could work out as helpful because that could be a nice little bargaining chip in conversation. Just picked up a lot of these the other day. Day Tripper, it's all the issues of Day Tripper. If you've never read Day Tripper, that is worth your time, I'm telling you. All right, so I will be bringing 2 different sets here because if I could trade and give people, I think that would be awesome. Whiteout, Greg Rucka, Steve Liebert. I thought the art was really cool. Oni Press, it was an interesting read. It just didn't really land for me. So I have all 4 issues here. Again, the covers are really cool. I mean, just look at that. Boom. It's a pretty dense read, mature read. Not one that I'm necessarily vying to keep in my collection. World of Krypton, issues 1 through 6. If someone's looking for World of Krypton, I feel like that could be helpful. These covers are beautiful. Robert Venditti is an amazing writer. I love him. The covers are beautiful, but the actual art inside the books are a little bit of a jump scare. No disrespect to the artist. It just really wasn't my style. I really do wish it was in the style of what the covers look like. A bunch of books in the backpack doesn't feel like it's the most feasible. But if I can have a couple things that I'm maybe looking to help me give some things away and trade, then I think that's the best deal. Excuse the mess. We're still moving in. I wanted to show you some of my books while I'm looking through some of my different highlights. I'll have to do a more official one sometime. Death of Elektra. That's one of the most flawless single issue comics I've ever read. This is the KKK Detective Comics cover. Hopefully I'm in frame there for you. And then the Black Panther one. Boom. It doesn't do it justice seeing it on camera versus in person. Hopefully that's on there. I have a lot of what ifs. Kind of want to hold on to a lot of them. But if I wanted to do like a lot of what ifs, then I could bring in those, but I'm not really feeling that. I love this cover here. 0 Hour. Boom. Oh, this is another Charles Soule. If I didn't have the other books, the Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, I probably would have had him sign this if I'm getting it signed. Also just want to show y'all my beautiful copy here. Marvel Team Up 141. This is also one of the first appearances of Black Suit Spider-Man. Such a good purple on that. Such a good deep purple. I have a lot more new books that I'm no longer going to be having on my pull list that I want to bring. For example, Odin, beautiful cover. The story really wasn't for me. It's like Nordic worship with white supremacy. It's very purposeful, and this is a reporter who is joining along to go talk to him. If Destruction Be Our Lot, incredible value for the price, but again, like for someone's back issue, like if I could provide that, because I'm not going to be continuing, then I'd love to do that. If you've not read New History DC, Dakota Incident, please read it. This is Static Shock's costume, but earlier I was talking about just straight Static's costume, but loving seeing Milestone get more and more representation. Deathstroke, The Terminator, issue 1, because I'm not continuing on that. It's like I have some of these issue 1s, and other than a giveaway, like I'll bring these with me, and if nothing happens, then giveaway sometime. End of Life. This is a variant cover. I thought it was a really cool variant cover. Alias, Jessica Jones. This is an ongoing currently. Again, I'm just trying to hook it up for people with some of these things. Oh, and maybe the last thing I'm thinking, shout out Skinbreaker, Robert Kirkman. I had a great time reading those. The last one I would actually bring might be Battle Nexus too. Okay, Battle Nexus had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my plan is I'll bring these books, but if nobody's interested, cool. Leave it in the collection and then see what I want to do after that. But at least there's a good general plan to potentially get rid of them. Super excited for Fan Expo. We're going to go ask my wife how she's feeling about it. And a final word from my wife. What are you looking forward to at Fan Expo, and what are you thinking about getting? By the way, she's not naked. It looks like she's naked. Yeah, she has a tank top on.
I am looking forward to seeing all the vendors again. I just remember there being some really cool ones last year. And what am I thinking about getting? Yeah, maybe some like home decor for the new house that we just moved into. Yeah, some like nerdy little subtle. I don't want it to be like too explicitly nerdy, if that makes sense. Like I like things that are like subtly an ode to something. So or that just look cool. So yeah, I mean there were some like used video game shops last time, so I'll probably check those out. I'm looking forward to seeing the Pokemon Terrarium person again because I really liked those.
Super, super excited for Fan Expo and really looking forward to maybe seeing some of y'all there. Since last year, got to know some of you parasocially online, and I would love, absolutely love, if you somehow found me via any of these videos. Come say what up. If you've been thinking about going and you're a little bit nervous, my hope with these videos is to show you have nothing to worry about and pull up. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time.